Hey everyone, welcome back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim, and today we have a special episode where Black is going to actually go ahead and do his solo episode. You know how Chris and I have both done our solo episodes. I've been promising Black's episode. Well, we have a treat for you today. Black has done his episode. It is actually just a quick preview of what he's planning to do on the Raging Bull podcast. He's working at getting it all together. He's still, figuring it out, but he wanted to give y'all just a little bit of a taste, small little taste of what it's going to be like. So please take a minute, enjoy, comment, like on all of that. And at the end of the show, I'll go ahead and give you all of our socials and everything. Either way, sit back and enjoy. Thanks for watching again.
The Raging Bull!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Raging Bull X podcast. This is the first podcast, the first episode. So I'm going to try to make this one special. One thing I want to do first is I want to introduce who I am, what I'm about, what I'm passionate about. And I'm really passionate about gaming, entertainment, movies. You may have seen me on Told My Wife podcast with Slim and Chris. Those are my podcast bros. We're all a big family. I consider those guys brothers. So just want to get a little bit more into what I'm about. I would say I'm very passionate about just, life, ordinary, everyday life. And playing games, having fun, just noticing the random shit that's in life, working. I'm married, obviously. There's a lot of things that goes on in life. Life throws you curveballs and stuff like that. But I believe that life right now is a bit too serious these days. And I think we haven't took the time to have a good time, laugh, talk about our differences, but agree to disagree. And I was born in the '70s, but I'm more of an '80s guy. And back then, I don't remember things being as serious as they are today. No, those were different times, but at the end of the day, I just feel like America, man, let's get back to having fun. Let's get back to having a good time, and that's what this podcast is about. I just want to talk about random. I just want to talk about things that will make you laugh, things that make you think, and things that will just be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? So, um, let me get into what I do as far as obviously I'm a gamer. I play games. I'm on PC now. I used to be on Xbox. You might have heard that on the Told My Wife podcast. But I would say that if you've heard the story on Told My Wife podcast, I'm not going to get into it again in detail, but I will say this much, that I was kind of done wrong by Xbox in a way. Their customer service, not their games, because they have great games. But I chose to move to PC. I still have the Xbox app on my PC, just for the fact that, I just wanted to start over with my gaming and all that good stuff. So being that it was deleted, or I'm not going to say deleted, I couldn't access it. And the customer service wouldn't let me access it because, like I said, it's a long story. I ain't going to get back into it. But, I lost access to my old email. And that's really what happened, So game on PC now. I'm loving it. I'm a huge movie buff. Love that. And I like shows, I like TV shows. Right now my favorite one is From. So and that's pretty much about it. All right. So the topic of this particular episode is gaming, and state this in today. I know I mentioned in the introduction that I'm big into games, and I just wanted to talk about where gaming is right now, where I feel it is right now. And it doesn't matter if you're a PlayStation guy or a Steam guy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't feel the same to me. because everything now it seems like is a bit polarized, you know. Um, I'm just going to talk specifically about Xbox and some of the studio closures that I didn't like. You know, there were a couple of I'm sorry, not studio closures, but they canceled the games. You know, a huge example of that was Everwild, and Everwild was a highly anticipated game that I wanted to try. But it got canceled because it took the I'm this is just an assumption, you know. Obviously, we don't know all the details, but I'm assuming that it just took the studio too long to get it out. And I'm kind of pissed about that because it's like a wound to cancel a game. You know, if a guy's looking forward to a game, guy or girl is looking forward to a game, and they've been waiting years, and they've been, well, what's the update on this game? What's the update on this game? And all of a sudden, game's canceled. Sorry. And I'm like, huh? Well, what happened? You want to know all the details, and we haven't heard all the details, and I doubt we will. But just like the Perfect Dark reboot, you know, that got canceled too. That was huge because if anybody knows Perfect Dark originated on the N64 back in the day. Then you know Xbox bought the uh the franchise. Uh, so I was really looking forward to a Perfect Dark reboot because Perfect Dark was one of my favorite games back in the day, and that got canceled. So it's like, how many times y'all gonna hit me, Xbox? I mean, you know, I mean, really. I mean, I don't, like I said, we don't know all the details. You know, I like to know, but we'll never know. I'm thinking that, like I said, I'm thinking that it was due to maybe the development team not being right, taking too long with the game or whatnot. Who knows? But just because of that, I don't remember games being canceled like that back in the, maybe I didn't wasn't paying any attention, but I don't remember games being canceled like that back in the day. Uh, but like I said, different times. I guess you gotta swallow it and then just be like, okay, well, it sucks, but I just don't feel like gaming is where it should be. It just seems like it's getting a little stale. You know, there's a lot of games that I look forward to. I'm just not as excited as I used to be because hell, I'm afraid they're gonna get canceled. You know, yeah, it's just not Xbox doing it. It's PlayStation's canceled some games. They canceled the which a lot of people are looking forward to, The Last of Us factions. You know, I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I know there's a lot of PlayStation guys that were talking about that game. They were excited about that game, and they canceled it. So uh, seeing that, and you know, with the new Xbox ownership, as far as I'm sorry, not ownership, but the new CEO, I believe is Asta Sharma is her name. They've got a big gaming event on June 7th, and she mentioned that there's going to be some difficult decisions, and we don't know what that is, but I'm interested to know what that is, and we'll go from there. But I don't know. I just feel like that gaming should be in a different state, you know, that it is today. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. So on to my triple R. Each episode, I'm going to have a random raging rant. That's what I call it, a triple R. So I'll say the acronym and then I'll explain what the acronym is for the first about 3 episodes. But after that, man, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. But anyways, uh, my random raging rant of the day is uh, the thing I saw during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm sorry, the COVID-19 pandemic was serious. People died. We know that. We understand what that is. I'm not no mass conspirator or anything like that. I don't have a conspiracy theory about, you know, wearing masks and the government making you wear a mask. I ain't into all that crap. But sorry, but there was some stupid I saw during the pandemic. I'm sorry, it was. And so I'm talking to my wife. We're outside waiting in the restaurant, you know, waiting to be seated. So we're outside just waiting. Just, we're just having a conversation. Don't know what it was. There's some BS that we were talking about, and I just happened to be watching the cars pass by, and all of a sudden I see a car. There's a person wearing a mask in a car by himself with the window down, and I'm like, okay, I understand wanting to wear a mask. I get that, but in a car by yourself with the window down. I mean, what do you think you're going to get? Drive by COVID? I'm sorry, but that's just that popped in my head. I said, "Did you see that?" Asked my wife, "Did you see that?" And she said, "Yeah." She didn't think anything of it, but maybe it's just me because random like that I see that I feel like it's stupid. It just sticks in my brain. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm not because maybe you thought about the same. But anyways, or saw the same. But I just wanted to bring that up. You know, I mean, just think about it. A person with a mask on, with the window down, riding right on by. But they're scared to catch COVID. You would think they have the window up, right? Right? I mean, that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm just saying, you know. But just let me know in the comment section anything that you saw that was dumb during COVID-19. Like I said, we understand the seriousness of it. We understand what it was. But come on, man. Come on. Really. You know. But I'm in my triple R on that count. Like I said, leave a comment in the comments. Is there something dumb that you saw during the COVID-19 pandemic? You know? And let me know what your thoughts are. And I'm gonna end this episode of Raising Bull X podcast on that. That's it.
All right, all right. So I actually got a little kick out of that. I was actually behind the scenes a little bit working on that as a producer. So, you know, it still made me laugh. I was actually kind of bugging about some of that stuff. So, either way, I hope you truly enjoyed it. And if you did, just go ahead and drop some comments and let us know what you thought. Any kind of positive critiques. Whether it's, I mean, even if you have negative comments, do it positively. You know what I'm saying? But like he said, he just wants us to laugh again. He thinks that I say all of us agree. The world's too serious, man. And I really am thankful Black decided to do this because really, really we do need to laugh. We need to actually kind of just relax. Anyway. So if you want to reach out to us, you can actually email us at toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on Instagram, and pretty much all of our socials is at Told My Wife Podcast. So if you want to go ahead and follow us on TikTok at Told My Wife Podcast, you want to find our YouTube page at Told My Wife Podcast. If you want to follow our Facebook page, though, it's I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, I do a little bit of Lego content. I did some skits. The skits are on our podcast page, but yeah, they're, you can also find them on YouTube. But anyway, but I do Lego content and I do some other things, some building videos and stuff on mine. You can follow me at SlimTaurus78 on TikTok. And, just hit us up. Let us know what you think. Any suggestions, any other things that you want to see from us, please let us know. And actually, please feel free, like, comment, subscribe, share, kind of get some more eyes on our podcast. We're trying to elevate and everything. So we appreciate anything. We also appreciate everyone who's helping us out and everyone who's sharing. Thank you so much. Anyway, but we'll be back with all three of us for the next one. But until then, whether you're binging or button mashing, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks a lot, everybody.